Hello, Retroburn here, best gamer in the world. Kidding, guys. Kidding. This is my second time to play ranked in League of Legends, and I thought that I would make a recording to show you how well I fared. So, for all intents and purposes, I'm just a noob at the ranked game scene. I've played League of Legends for, I think, well over 2 years, a year and a half, and I've never touched rank because my mates, most of them are casual players. We're just office mates and stuff, so we're not really that serious. We're not that pro. So earlier this night, I was famished because the food was taking much longer than we expected to cook, and so I decided to, what the hell, play ranked again, see how it goes this time. And well, fuck it, I said to my wife, I'll feed. So anyway, I'm playing as Kayle with a Aether wing skin. Cost me an arm and a leg to buy this one. So my first item usually, I pick Doran's Blade. It gives you 80 health and plus 10 attack damage. It also has this nifty life steal, restores 5 hit points on hit. So a lot of people aren't so confident about the champion. I don't know why. Every time I go, I'm going to pick Kayle and play as an ADR, they'd go, what the fuck, dude, don't pick that champion. So here I'm going to show you she's not so bad. Take note that I'm not a pro, so be gentle on the foo bars that I will commit in this match. So I'm paired up with Volibear on top, and we're going against Darius. Darius is going to solo top on this one. So Irelia here playing on mid. She's going to go against Fizz. And the last two, Poppy and Olaf. Poppy is actually a online friend of mine. He flew guard and he was supposed to pick an AP nuker because we lacked one for the team, but he accidentally locked in Poppy. But it turns out well in this match. This is going to end in a victory, by the way, and I'm going to have 0 deaths at the end of this. So this is one of those crazy matches that I had. By the way, my first ranked game, it was also a 0 death one, so I'm kind of pleased. I'm on cloud 9 at the moment, reveling in my glory. So I'm using LoL Replay free software. You can see it in the description box below where to download it. It's very easy to use. And for those of you who have been hiding under a rock for the past 3 or so years, League of Legends is a freeware. It's a free-to-play strategy game. It's a MOBA. One of the creators of Dota decided to, hey, what the fuck, I can make money out of, you know, Blizzard's IP, so we're going to make a game of our own. So it's the birth of this really awesome, excellent MOBA game. It's making all the rage go wild. And you can see here Darius is not going to be making any money because we're going to outzone him. My only complaint is that Volibear doesn't know how to. It's always auto hitting. Okay, his last hit. Sorry about that, Inson. Bring these off of here, guys. What I usually hate about people who don't last hit is that you drive the minions up here, and that allows for the opposing team easily damage. But I don't know what happened.
Has been slain.
Their jungler, who's Jax, also able to enter the game for the first several minutes. So yeah, maybe this is why they're so owning. But anyway, I'm just going to upload this to show you how an ADR Kayle is played. I used to play her as a hybrid Kayle, but there was one time I was looking at these icons here, and I found out that even though more than half of my items are AP, the attack damage was scaling way higher than my AP rating, so that was the time I decided to ditch my hybrid Kayle build and instead focus on being a pure ADR carry, ranged carry. So I'm using a purely okay, I think this is to get our first kill. There we go. And my heal was in full cooldown, so I was afraid there for a moment I was going to lose volley, but he escaped the tower's ring. He went out the tower's ring. Sorry about that. Place. Apologies. Anyway, about my moves, I'm using an entirely a purely attack speed marks and weapons, and I'm using mana regen seals and I think magic resistance glyphs. I'm not sure, or cooldown reduction.
An ally has been slain.
So at the 5-minute mark,
we
managed to destroy the top tower. What I usually do if I play Kayle is that I rush for BF sword or bust. I don't usually settle for pickaxe, it's too expensive for its damage rating. I learned that from a cousin of mine who plays MF. He's so awesome at the champ. So what I usually do is either I buy BF or I buy a second bronze blade. So here I was hoping to jungle, but my mana and health are so low, so I decided to loop hill back to base with 1,344 gold. So I just bought a sight ward and 3 potions instead of buying a Doran's blade, because I figured that we were having too much of a difficult time on top. And we see here that Jax has reconnected. Things are going pretty well, I think, at the bottom lane. That's just so. We've got 1 death and 1 assist for all out, and 1 kill and 2 deaths for
an
Poppy.
enemy has been slain. An enemy
Make
has
that
been
2
slain.
deaths.
An ally has been slain.
So I'm gonna go for a BF sword, and then I'm going to go for a Runan's Hurricane. Because you know, that's what I find so disturbing about imminent splash here. I wasn't too confident about engaging these two, seeing that they are 80 carries, but the bullet there. There you go. I used up my barrier because the Jax was focusing me. Used flash too. Maybe I shouldn't have used flash. It was too premature. But anyway, better safe than sorry. But going back to the discussion about ADR, I find it mystifying that some players rush Infinity Edge without taking attack speed items. That's just like you know, you're this guy with massive damage but no attack speed. I think you'd be better off playing as an AP nuker champion, because that would suit your style, you know, one-shot nukes. But if you want to play ADR, you've got to ensure your team that you're going to have you're going to supply them a sustained barrage of hit point melting attacks. So yeah, I would recommend just getting the sword for the raw damage, and then after that you've got to choose one attack speed item that you want to engage at its end, or whatever strikes your fancy. Maybe a seal. A stupid of this. There goes the and then there goes the Aurelia. But they ran out of mana, so I couldn't save them.
An ally has been slain.
So there was nothing really I could do there. The Darius was at full health. It's too risky going in without mana for my righteous fury. So there goes the BF sword and Berserker's Greaves, which gives you a handy plus 20% attack speed, in addition to the usual 45 movement speed conferred by level 2 boots. So guys, I can't use these handy fast forward features in LoL replay because the software warned me that it's incompatible with fraps. If you use these, it's going to mess up your recording. So you're just going to have to sit it out with me in the phases where there's nothing too much happening. So here I go down to assist the dudes at the bottom lane. Jack's getting greedy here, trying to stalk Aurelia. Submit him to the bush. The Reckoning dropped his armor and 8 and MR. I thought it could take me on, but he observed the amount of damage it was inflicting, so he decided to retreat. And there goes the boat.
Double kill.
Because I gave that fellow extra few seconds to pull off his triple kill, so that was all good. One thing about Kayle there, people bitch and whine if I don't give them my ult, and they die, but she's like a kind of Tryndamere where, you know, you just drop her in the middle of the ranks of the enemy, then you push ult. It's like dropping a automated turret amongst enemy ranks, and just use your ult to make like Trynd. So early game I usually give my ult to 80, but later in the game when I get overfed or when I complete my 4 items, I reserve my ult for myself because saving the other team members would be folly, in the sense that it's going to leave you vulnerable, and Kayle doesn't have this, doesn't have the long range, doesn't have the range of other ADR champs. So yeah, you really need the ult. So hence, to evade all the bitching, I picked barrier so that I could, you know, even though if I give my ult to other champions, I still have this to shield myself in the early and mid games, mid-game phases, early game and mid-game phases. But later in the game, I go into Grinch mode and
an enemy has been
preserve
slain.
these for myself. But it's a case-to-case basis, of course. this scenario calls if I'd go ahead and give the extra to another teammate. Here, this was a mistake. I just gone down here. I didn't see the fizz, so it was too late. But I managed to kill this too, just to watch. I open up the usual reckoning, throw in the jacks, then flash it. Before this short could get me. Or whatever that creature is. Or the Megalodon. I never cared about League of Legends lore anyway. Cho'Gath spotted all for me. He looked like, no offense, right? But he looks like McFarlane's Violator in the Spawn series, so that kind of put me off. That dampened my curiosity about this game's lore. I don't know if it was a good idea putting this ward here, but yeah, it's it gave us advanced warnings whenever champions would go here and try to destroy the top tower. Nothing much in this part of the fight. So true to what I said, I paired up my BS sword with a recurve bow. So this gives me plus 30% attack speed in addition to what my Berserker's Weaves are giving me. All off here trying to attempting to destroy the top tower, but no dice because enemy forces arrive and he has to retreat. So with this too, you're already a force to be reckoned with if you're Kayle, because your passive came in flash here. So your passive reduces your target's armor and magic resistance for 5 seconds, and it stacks up to 5 times. So you can fast enough to save Aurelia. My fault, my bad. Also, Kayle's Reckoning also has... Oh wait, it changed. It just applies to stack. There's just me yelling and shouting right there as I pop my ult. So apply to jacks. So as you can see guys, even with just a BF sword and a recurve bow, I'm already dishing out this much amount of damage. So it's all possible due to the Holy Fervor passive ability and the Kayle's Reckoning. So don't be concerned too much about stacking damage items on her early game. BF sword and Ruin's here too. Then after that I usually go Blade of the Ruined King. So here I change my mind and go to the Golem's camp. I already have enough money to buy Ruin's King here. And that's going to be the last item I buy for this match because the enemies are going to be... But not after we wipe the floor with them on the bottom lane in their base. So here I am with the Ruinous Hurricane, and you guys might be dumbfounded why I've picked an amplifying tome, but I figured out that the Twitch might be trouble later, so I'm trying to get a Kagi's lucky pick because it's going to I'm going to build it into a Twin Shadows, because Twin Shadows is going to, you know, it has this where is the darn thing, has this ability to reveal an invisible target. It's going to reduce their movement speed by 40%, so that's going to synergize with my Reckoning, which has a slow feature too. So it's not bad, because the thing will give me a decent amount of magic resist, and actually when it disables items, so much you know, time and I have 8 assists, 4 kills, 0 deaths. Not bad. Not bad at all. So Kayle is a ranged champion. A lot of people argue with me about this, that she's melee and only her Righteous Fury would give her a ranged attacks, but hey, it gives her ranged attacks for 10 seconds. 10 seconds is too much for a single whack, and the cooldown is just 15 seconds, so it's not that much of a... It's not that big a downtime. So you can see here, I don't have any problem with me turning intermittently into a melee champion. Okay, my Righteous Fury up again. I try to take them out with any close drive, so I pop my Divine Blessing. It gives me a handy speed buff by 18%. Allowing me to escape. I place a ward there just so we won't get ambushed. But I should have placed it somewhere here where these lines intersect, so I should have greater vision range. This was a mistake, but I think at that time I was too leery of going up by myself, going further up. So here I don't have any place to put the wards down. This is also the secret why we easily won this match. The Aurelia was being a ward whore, and you can see here that the map is well lit. We could see where the enemy forces were at any given time. I don't see this one. I don't know why the mid has destroyed keeps going down. There it goes. I got my ultimate Volley Bear, and although I'm taking the grab and allows us to focus on the Jack. And that's the game.
Your team has destroyed
so this is good. You're just seeing my second rank. My second rank being
victory.
Stay cool, guys. Stay frosty.